Hello, today I'll be teaching you about parameters, and let's get started. So the definition of parameter is that a parameter allows the method to receive a data from a main method in order to make the method more flexible. And for example, right here, in my public static void main method, I have a print string method that allows that prints out the dashes 3 times. So in my print string method, I have for loop that I is less than 3 and prints out the dashes 3 times. So instead of 3 times, what if I wanted to print out 5 dashes, 7 dashes, 9 dashes, like any number of dashes? So what if I had, instead of 3, I had just say n number of dashes, you know? And this is where parameter becomes really, really handy. So in our print string method, you've always wondered where this parenthesis is going to be used for. And this is where parameter goes in here. And like I said before, right here, parameter allows the date method to receive a data from a main method. So it is receiving, in this case, it is going to receive an integer, and then we need to name what this integer is going to be, and I'm going to name it n. So it is receiving an n number, and it's going to print out n number of times of dashes. So since my print string is receiving data, an integer in this case, I need to also pass in data, and let's say I want to print out 5 dashes. So print string, I'm going to print out 5, and this 5 is going to become my n right here, and I is going to be less than n, or in this case 5, so it's going to print out dashes 5 times. All right. So another cool thing about parameter is that it can receive more than one data in a method. So in this case, I'm only receiving an integer, but let's say I want to, instead of dashes, I wanted to also print out, instead of dashes, any shape I want. And so I'm going to make sure that my method receives a lot of data. So let's call it string s. And it's going to print out, instead of dashes, it's going to print out shapes. So, and since I'm passing in a string s, I also need to pass in a shape that I want, and I'm going to print out dots. So one thing to note is that since I'm passing in an integer at first, I need to also follow the rule that the method is receiving an integer, and then a string, and then a string. So it needs to follow the rule of the data type it's receiving. So in this case, print string 5, integer of n5, so n is 5 right here, and then dot is going to be my s right here in my parameter, and then since the amount dot print s, so instead of 5 dashes, now it's going to print out